Vice-Chancellor, fellow council members and staff of the university, graduands, ladies and gentlemen. It is customary for the university and its guests to gather as a body for the purpose of conferring academic awards on its graduates. This morning we have gathered in order that awards may be conferred on those who have satisfied the council of the university that they have met the requirements for admissions to awards undertaken within the Faculty of Education. To members of the university, a ceremony for the conferring of degrees is a particularly important and happy occasion in the university year. To all of you, I extend a warm welcome. To graduands, I offer congratulations and best wishes. The mission of the university is in part to provide a wide range of teaching, research, scholarship and service at the highest level of excellence and consistent with its aim of maintaining national and international esteem. The university has a commitment to the advancement and transmission of knowledge by the pursuit, recognition and the achievement of excellence in scholarship, research and teaching. This will be evidenced in the course of today's ceremony. Education today is about the acquisition of lifelong learning skills. I believe that the awards to be conferred upon our graduands and diplomates today will qualify them to make significant contributions in the local, national and in the case of some international community. Lastly, I take this opportunity to remind those receiving their diplomas today that as graduands and diplomates of this university, you automatically become members of convocation. You thus join some 40,000 other graduates and have an opportunity through elected representatives to become involved in the governance of the university. Through convocation, you'll also be kept informed of activities and developments of the university. Now, by the authority conferred upon me by the Council, I will now formally confer academic awards. Will all candidates for admission to degrees and other awards please stand? In the name of the Council, and by the authority as Acting Councillor, I confer the awards specified in the program on all those graduands who are present today and in absentia on those unable to be present. I now call on the Acting Dean of the Faculty of Education to present graduates from that faculty.
Acting Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Art. Jodie Ann Carter. Melita Ann Face. Kimberly Ann Huff. Robin Meta Matthews. Michelle Monk. Michelle Ann Vine. Jodie Ann Webb. Acting Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Design and Technology. Robert David Avery. Teresa Battistella. David Paul Beale. Glenda Borg. Davnat Ann Galal. Malcolm Kenneth Haling. Bronwyn Joy Harradine. Margaret Evelyn Hutchinson. Lisa May Lewis. Sorry, pardon. Vicky Marie Hutchinson. Lisa May Lewis. Adriana Wilhelmina Lynn. Ian Malcolm McGaw. Vivian Claire Nolte. Jeffrey Stewart Palmer. Craig John Phillip. Denise K. Renshaw. Charlene Margaret Trinder. Acting Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Early Childhood. Julie Margaret Alexander. Deborah Margaret Andrew. Jodie Ann Bentley. Jennifer Gay Brown. Emma Lee Burns. Tracy Sonra Collins. Karen Cooper. Sonia Joy D'Amico. Smarula Duggan. Belinda Simone Earl. Julia Gay Elks. Alison Gilbert. Renee Ruth Goldsworthy. Sharon Louise Greenland. Beth Gurney. Shane Louise Hampton. Alison Lee Hector. Amanda Louise Henry. Nicola Jane Hall. Samantha Joanne Key. Tara Annabella Laundry. Simone Claire Lindis. Cheryl Diane Lonergan. Jane Elizabeth Maurer. Jodie Ann Maybury. Catherine Nicholas. Rebecca Leanne Parsons. Melissa Gay Raymond. Sonia Robinson. Adam Sharp. Louise Marie Sterland. Helen Margaret Sides. Denise Ray Trees. Kerry Marie Trees. Christine Joyce Watkins. Judith Frances Willoughby. Gail Winter. And with Honours Class 2 Division 1, Sarah Jane Burriston. Susan Belinda Dobson. Narelle Ruth Houston. Gillian Rippon. Acting Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of English History. Glynis Brooke Brading. Nicole Ann Bratfield. Alanya Ann Burrell. Michelle Marie Butcher. Lydia Jane Ciccolini. Justine Ebick. Eliza Gay Fain. Yvette Danielle Greenbank. Megan Ann Hannon. Kelly Louise Jackson. Stephen Michael Lidster. Leanne Carroll O'Connor. Kathleen Ann Piper. Andrew Allen Wright. And with honours Class 2 Division 2, Alison Gay Doherty. Amanda Ray Hicks. Michael Arthur Worcester. Acting Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Home Economics, Design and Technology. Lindy Ann Carlo. Jane Marie Corquette. Alyssa Jane Dalton. Louise Peter Fraser. Lavina Marie Jamison. Diane Patricia Kingsley. Robin Elizabeth Stewart. Acting Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Industrial Arts, Design and Technology. Craig Andrew Butler. Brian David Cumming. Philip Glenn Curry. Dominic Edward Garner. Simon Gerard Gaynor. Todd Anthony Harrison. Mark Donald Henderson. Mark Andrew Jones. Andrew Russell Kerr. Douglas Robert Lambert. Andrew Paul McCudden. Michael Alexander McKinley. Colin Edward Mulhern. Matthew Gerard Mulhern. Mark Brian Oliver. Jeremy Marcus Renix. Michael Andrew Wellings. Nicholas Gerard Wisemantle. Acting Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Languages, Asian Studies. Michelle Elizabeth Croak. Lisa Michelle Hanley. Rachel Lee Harrison. Kim Michelle Taylor. Karina Ann Tisdell. Gillian Renee Wheeler. And with Honours Class 2, Division 2, Kelly Jane Austin. And with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Melanie Kate Douglas. Acting Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Mathematics. Louise Isabel Austin. Belinda Britton. Diana Lucia Bulgarelli. Gail Diane Cottrell. Lee Elizabeth Harrison. Annette Hicks. Alison Marie McPhee. Donna Maria Nelson. Alan Poynton. Christopher Raymond Randall. Peter Sherwin. Renee Lee Spradbrough. Olaf Johann Wirtz. Fiona Eleanor Wellsman. And with honours, Class 2, Division 2, Christine Mary Galbraith. Johnrico Geiger. Rachel Whitney. Acting Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of music. Melissa Ann Batty. Melanie Ann Cloran. Louise Ann de Dassel. Robert Bruce Ether. John Harold Gill. Helena Margaret Smart. Linda Jill Viemeyer. Jodie Marie White. Acting Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Primary Education. Rochelle Tanya Aylward. Leanne Helena Angus. Fiona Elizabeth Arthurson. Christy Marie Baxter. Natalie Rose Bayliss. Lyndall Ann Bellamy. Joanne Lily Bennett. Karen Lynn Brown. Joy Patricia Burt. Glynis Collins. Natalie Georgia Comiso. Roger James Craig. Diana Louise Crawford. Melissa Cromie. Justine Louise DeWitt. Douglas Owen Deal. Timothy Dodds. Karen Marjorie Edser. Melissa Louise Freeman. Amy Leonora Grace. Karen Louise Gregor. Louise Simone Hellman. Melissa Jane Hobson. Brigitta Janolsnes. Nicole Louise Jolly. Pam Adele Chrisenthal. Melissa Marie Lane. Paulette Joan Lawson. Peter James Lobb. Cameron Andrew Mackenzie. Melissa Jane Makepeace. Tracy Irene Marjoriebanks. Andrew John McGuirk. Jane Emily Meldrum. Kim Rachel Mitchell. Julie Ann Mulhern. Cheryl Ann Murray. Patricia Marie Nichols. Karen Jane Perry. Kathleen Ann Pink. Jennifer Pippin. Amanda Louise Pleash. Karen Janelle Randall. Julia Marie Ray. Joanne Leslie Redman. Belinda Jane Skocker. Loretta Christine Sewell. Jennifer Lynn Shelton. Julie Marie Stowe. Alison K. Sweeney. Stacey Thor. Christopher Ross Tingle. Louise Troop. Marilyn Edmondson Turner. Judith Vainwood. Christine Therese Varnum. Elizabeth Maria Walters. Sonia Alexandra Wild. Janine Mary Wilson. And with honours, Class 2, Division 2, Kim Elizabeth Boyle. Cherie Louise Gibson. Julie Marie Gorton. Lucy Jane Highland. Stacey Louise Russell. Sorry. Annette Marie Morant. Stacey Louise Russell. Tony Lee Yarnold. And with honours, Class 1, Catherine Ann Murtagh. Acting Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Social Sciences. Fiona Louise Davis. Bradley James Dives. Mark Stewart Dury. Ross Peter Johnson. Kelly Louise Jones. Matthew Alexander Colhagen. Aaron James McDonald. Jacqueline Patricia Neal. Peter Michael Nichols. Nicole Schmidt. George Douglas Scorgi. Christopher Gary Troon. Mark John Unthank. And with honours, Class 2, Division 2, Christine Carolyn Arkin. And with honours, Class 2, Division 1, Natasha Marie Convery. Patrick Charles Doyle. Acting Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Education in the specialisation of Technical and Further Education, Keith Patrick Horan. That concludes the presentation of graduates of the Faculty of Education.
This is the University Choir coming in for a small musical interlude. They will be singing the university song, Gaudeamus Igitur, for those of you who don't know what it means. It's "Let us therefore rejoice while we are young."
Nos habebit vis videre. Vivat Academia, vivat professores, vivat Academia, vivat professores, vivat membrum quodlibet, vivat membrum quodlibet, semper sint in flore, semper sint in flore. Vivat la Respublica, et qui illam regit, vivat et Respublica, et qui illam regit, vivat nostra civitas, et tenatum caritas, qui nos hic protegit, qui nos hic protegit. Gadeamus igitur, jovenes dum sumus, gadeamus igitur, jovenes dum sumus, post jucundam juventutem, post molestam senectutem, nos habebit humus, nos habebit humus.
I'm sure you all enjoyed that as much as I did. My pleasure now to call on the Vice-Chancellor to present a recipient of the University's 1995 Awards for Excellence in Teaching.
Chancellor, the University's Awards for Excellence in Teaching scheme was established in 1993 to give prominence to the importance of high-quality teaching in the University and to reward and to encourage excellence. For 1995, the Teaching Committee has selected 2 submissions which propose innovative teaching approaches or methodologies designed to stimulate students' curiosity and understanding of the subject matter. Acting Chancellor, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Mrs. Carol Richards from the Department of Curriculum and Teaching Studies, one of the 2 recipients for an award for excellence in teaching in 1995. Mrs. Richards' innovative approaches to learning have earned her recognition in the music education profession, both nationally and internationally. Her philosophy of teaching is based on the Karl Orff approach to music education, which emphasises the nurturing of artistry in all students while they develop their skills and knowledge of music in intrinsically satisfying ways. Mrs. Richards has extended her own development as an educator through a self-generating process in which teaching has led to research activity, and the outcomes of that research have been reapplied to teaching. In her university teaching, Mrs. Richards employs a range of teaching strategies based on research to maximise her teaching effectiveness.
now call upon the Vice-Chancellor to present Dr. Max Maddox for admission to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
Deputy Chancellor, Maxwell Noel Maddock graduated in science from the University of Tasmania in 1950 and spent the next 20 years of his life in the science education of secondary school children in Tasmania and Papua New Guinea. From his position of Assistant Superintendent of the Curriculum and Research Branch of the Department of Education in Papua New Guinea, he came to a lecturing position in this university. He was an educator of merit, and his mark has been left on many a student, both in Newcastle and overseas. His professional dedication was an inspiration to many and a frustration to some. However, despite the fact that he excelled in his academic profession, that is not the reason for his nomination for the honorary degree of Doctor of Science. Max Maddock is being honoured here today for his service to the wider community. He is the individual who had the clarity of vision to see the need for an environment education centre to bring the plight of the few remaining wetland habitats of Australia to the attention of the schools and the public. Max saw there was an urgent need to protect these habitats for the native birds that use them as breeding grounds, transient stopping points and migration destinations. His vision and tenacity has resulted in the establishment of the Shortland Wetlands Centre, a world-class environmental education centre. Since its establishment in 1985, the Shortland Wetlands Centre has made significant achievements in scientific research, public education programs, the development of public policy, and the promotion of programs encouraging environmental conservation with special reference to wetlands. These achievements have gained local, regional, national and international recognition. The uniqueness of Max Maddock is that he seized on the idea of the establishment of the Wetlands Preserve and then, through his doggedness, wisdom, scientific precision and insight, was able to achieve his goal. In the early 1980s, the times were changing for endangered environmental areas such as wetlands. However, public awareness was still a largely dormant force. Max was interested in birds and had begun a serious study of the cattle egret that had started nesting in the Shortland area for the first time in recent memory in 1981. In 1982 it happened again, and when the area was threatened by freeway expansion and the opening of a new refuse disposal facility, Max obtained funds and support to purchase a disused rugby field and clubhouse, dig up the ovals and return them to swamp. The result was the establishment of a lasting educational and tourist attraction for Newcastle, the Hunter and the world, called the Shortland Wetlands Centre. The high level of community involvement at all levels of operation of the centre is a significant feature. From the efforts of voluntary workers in the conservation, education and research initiatives to the input of governmental and corporate sectors in assisting with funds and assistance in kind. Careful planning and successful implementation of the plans has enabled the project to achieve important research, education and conservation goals. This planning has gained recognition through the Royal Australian Planning Institute's state and national awards of excellence and through being a finalist in the 1990 IBM Conservation Award. Flora conservation efforts have gained recognition through commendation awards from the National Tree Program and a grant from Greening Australia. A comprehensive environmental education program provides facilities, resources and courses for formal schooling from infants to Year 12 and tertiary level. A regional environmental education network has been established and youth and adult non-formal community education is carried out. The Centre supports professional education for educators, researchers and environmental managers. The educational philosophy promotes education about the environment, in the environment, for the environment, in the spirit of the Belgrade Charter. The school program strongly supports the New South Wales Department of Education Environmental Curriculum Statement K-12. The educational program is supported by provision of a wide range of interpretive displays, signs and materials based on a well-developed interpretation strategy. In addition to supporting university-based higher degree research projects, the Centre is involved in a number of research initiatives of its own. The egret research into the breeding, biology, ecology and migration of egrets, Project Egret Watch, is recognised by the Royal Australasian Ornithologist Union as a national project. It has links with the Ornithological Society of New Zealand. Cooperative research on the egrets, ibis and spoonbills is being conducted in 9 breeding colonies located in Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria. The Centre has been strongly proactive in the development of public policy on wetland conservation. It has assisted other conservation projects, both within New South Wales and interstate, in the development of their policies and procedures. Its consultancy work has provided important input into wetland conservation decisions. Colleagues have said the following about Max Maddock and his achievements: that the Centre is now a multi-million-dollar centre of excellence in wetlands conservation, recreation, education and research is testimony to the worth of Max's vision of converting a degraded and derelict site into the beautiful community asset that it now is. Max is a remarkable man with great energy and wit. Max has made a significant local, national and international contribution to environmental education and its associated scientific outcomes, especially in ornithology. Dr. Maddock is an outstanding internationally known authority on wetlands and wetland education. His noteworthy work at the Shortland Wetlands Centre has brought this program to international attention. The environmental education initiatives he nurtured there have had significant impacts on the region, especially in developing environmental awareness among school children. Max's efforts provide an excellent example of the mutual benefits which flow from the town and gown philosophy. Through him, the university has made a valuable contribution to the regional community's environmental education initiatives. Chancellor, it is with great pleasure that I present to you Maxwell Noel Maddock, Member of the Order of Australia in the General Division, for admission to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
In the name of the Council, by my authority as Acting Chancellor, I now confer the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa on Dr. Max Maddock. It is now my pleasure to call upon Dr. Max Maddock to deliver the occasional address.
Acting Chancellor, distinguished guests, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests and fellow graduates. I feel a strong sense of personal pride in receiving the Honorary Doctorate of Science and a bit stunned at all of those things I'm supposed to have done. But what is much more important to me is that the university, the region's premier learning and research body, has given a public seal of recognition to the Shortland Wetlands Centre as an institution of education and research. Although the degree was awarded to me, it is of much wider significance in recognising the work of the team of community volunteers who worked with me to make the centre what it is today, and I pay a sincere tribute to them. Without their commitment, the project could not have succeeded. It took a lot of dedicated work from the team to persuade academics, politicians, the corporate sector and the community to back the project in the beginning. Although there were many members of the academic staff who recognised the worth of the project, the university at first was reluctant to give formal recognition because it considered it was too controversial for the time. One local politician, who is now one of our staunchest supporters, said, "I know quite a lot about wetlands. I helped to fill quite a few." That has all changed, and the Wetlands Centre now has the university, political and community recognition at local, regional, state, national and international levels. My award comes at the end of my formal career. For the undergraduates gathered at this ceremony, yours signals the beginning. I congratulate you all for successfully running the gauntlet of the many pitfalls, and believe me, there are plenty, along the path to achieving your goal. You can be justly proud of your Bachelor of Education degrees, and so too should your partners, families and friends who have supported you and probably suffered during your studies. This ceremony is not only a significant personal landmark for you, it's also an important one for the community. As graduates, most of you will be charged as teachers in the education system with guiding the destinies of children. Nobody can deny the tremendous responsibility this entails and the high expectations and demands placed on you by parents, politicians, the workplace and the community. Unfortunately, teachers do not always receive the recognition they deserve. Teaching can be a rewarding profession, but it's also a very stressful one. And to succeed, you have to possess a high frustration tolerance. It takes a very special person to succeed as a teacher. Teaching requires much more than a Bachelor of Education degree can provide. There are many delusions of grandeur within universities, and some academics perpetrate the myth, which unfortunately rubs off on many of their students, that the university is the only credible place to acquire knowledge and skills. What is acquired is superior to that obtained elsewhere, and you graduate as finished products. Nothing could be further than the truth. You can be justly proud of the learning you've received here, but it is only the beginning. A university may be a great place to acquire some types of knowledge and skill, but it does not necessarily impart a great deal of wisdom. Wisdom comes when you test the knowledge and skills you've acquired against the real world, outside the walls of what used to be called the ivory tower, and in these days in endangered status of elephants, now probably more aptly called the plastic tower. I note that some of you have been studying for the degree on a part-time basis while working in the real world of the classroom. You will no doubt have some idea of what I mean and have a head start on those of your colleagues who came to the university straight from school. Permit me to use a metaphor. Consider your degree as a licence to drive. You've acquired some theoretical knowledge and some basic skills such as steering, changing gears, checking the traffic and the road signs, and avoiding the other loonies on the road. And the university has given you a licence which in effect says it considers you capable of driving from the university into a school, and during the first few weeks probably won't kill any kids. Learning to teach and travelling the road to wisdom then really begins. Let me mix my metaphors, and this will be appropriate for some of the home economics graduates. Your degree studies will have given you a few recipes to get you going in the classroom. Cooks who slavishly depend on a few original recipes for the rest of their professional lives provide a pretty dull diet, and customers soon start seeking other restaurants. The person who searches for new recipes learns from other cooks, listens carefully to their customers, finds new ingredients and experiments with the original basic recipes, continually evaluating and modifying their techniques, eventually becomes a master chef providing gourmet delights. The teacher who continually develops professionally through acquisition of new knowledge and wisdom grows in the job to provide gourmet delights for their pupils, who in turn will respond positively, and that results in a significant benefit for the future of the community. Teachers who've been in the job for many years may not have some of the up-to-date theoretical knowledge that you have received in your studies. But if they are good teachers, they have gathered a great deal of practical knowledge and wisdom from which you can learn. On the other hand, schools are not perfect places, and you can make important contributions for change for the better. You must first be patient, establish your own credibility with pupils and staff. You will not accomplish this by being a know-all and rushing in where angels fear to tread. Some schools, unfortunately, are sad places for both teachers and pupils and can place great strains on the idealism which most graduates have when they leave the university. There's a delightful little book called Teacher by the Toe. I've forgotten the name of the author, which describes how an idealistic young graduate is posted to a school where he's unable to teach the specialty for which he's trained and is pushed into teaching a subject called nonsense syllables to a group of very reluctant and very recalcitrant pupils under a tyrannical headmaster who epitomises the worst in schools. One by one his ideals shatter and fall by the wayside, and he ends up by capitulating in the last chapter and dancing with the headmaster. It takes a very strong character and, as I mentioned previously, a high frustration tolerance to withstand the pressures of such a system. I hope your ideals and your capacity to work towards change for the better will be up to the task. I will be very disappointed if you end up by dancing with the wrong headmaster. Get to know your pupils well and continually look for the best in them. Even the most exasperating ones have some good points. Don't blame your failures. Don't blame them for your failures to inspire. Carefully examine your own teaching and find out what is wrong with it. Much of the material served up in our schools these days is irrelevant in the real world. I remember reading a piece called The Poor Scholar's Soliloquy during one of my education theory courses. It told the story of a boy who could make no sense of most of what went on in school, such as the nonsensical textbook mathematical exercises he was forced to grapple with in class, but who had no problem with real-life budgeting or complex mathematical problems he found the need to solve to further his interest in things mechanical. That was a message from the university course which was really worth remembering. Teaching nonsense syllables brings me to another foible of our formal education system: rigid subject compartmentalisation. The program lists your degrees as Bachelor of Education, Art, Mathematics, Languages, Social Science, etc. And in your schools you'll be assigned to cubby holes in staff rooms segregated by subjects, except probably in primary schools. The human species does not seem to be capable of processing or using information unless it is broken up into arbitrary small bits, which sometimes makes me wonder if we're really as intelligent as we're led to believe. Unfortunately, the big picture of the way the world operates is much more complex than the sum of the convenient academic bits which we use to divide it up. Universities and schools are notorious in resisting any attempt to introduce interdisciplinary approaches. Often the divisions are jealously guarded by people with vested interests who suffer from real delusions of grandeur, particularly some of them in the sciences. Once, when supervising practice teaching at a school, I excused myself from the science department, where I'd been watching a student being painfully chewed up by piranha-like uncooperative pupils, to go to watch an English lesson. The science teachers were amazed. "Why are you going down there? We call that the psychiatric wing." During a particularly successful school excursion to the Wetland Centre, I heard a geography teacher remark, "This is a great experience. It will help us get more pupils away from history." May I remind you that despite the labels of your degrees, you will be first and foremost teachers of children, not teachers of subjects. Please don't dance with teachers like the examples I just mentioned. Your academic subject is purely a convenient label for managing the packaging of information and skills. Stand back from it, try to absorb the big picture of life, then use your specialty as a tool to achieve it. One of the deficiencies of the work you have undertaken here is a lack of attention to the big picture of the environment in your degree studies. It took 20 years from the time the idea of environmental studies at this university was first suggested until the interdisciplinary Master of Environmental Studies became a reality in 1989. Traditional disciplines stubbornly resisted the move because they claimed they could do it better, a promise that really has never been realised. Environmental education fared a little better and has been part of the Diploma of Education and higher degree programs in the education faculty since 1986, but it has not yet become a real part of Bachelor of Education. The reality of your big picture task in the schools is that New South Wales has a mandatory, cross-disciplinary environmental education curriculum statement from kindergarten to year 12. It does not ask for environmental studies to be a separate subject in an already crowded curriculum. Environmental issues are supposed to be treated within the context of the traditional school subjects according to a unified environmental policy. This means that the science teachers have to communicate with the teachers from the psychiatric wing. The geography teachers have to face up to the history teachers in order to draw out the big picture of humans sharing with other species as part of the environment. Unfortunately, far too much media attention has been given to the conflict between radical so-called greenies and the development lobby, both of whom, I'm sorry to say, have a limited understanding of how the environment works and the place we humans have in it. The environment is not something warm and cuddly, set apart for humans, which must be protected from us, nor is it a resource only to be ruthlessly exploited by us for profit. Humans are part of the environment just like all other species, and as part of the ecology are entitled to a fair share of its resources to ensure the survival of our species. Conflicts come when we try to define what is our fair share. Environmental education aims to help solve this dilemma. The outcomes of good scientific research into environmental issues matters very little if the community and decision makers take no notice and continue to behave destructively. People have to learn to live in harmony with the environment, and this requires education across a range of traditional disciplines. Even teachers of modern languages can't escape the net. What better way of developing real skills and competency in a new language, while at the same time drawing out the big picture of our place in the environment, than to teach it through the avenue of children's experiences in and concerns for the environment. Since the establishment of the Wetland Centre, we've been developing resources for teaching languages by gathering materials worldwide. Recently, the Local Languages Teachers Association has taken up the challenge and produced special local materials, an achievement which deserves high commendation. The Centre now can support teaching in several languages, including the more popular subjects of French, German, Spanish, Chinese, Japanese and Indonesian. In conclusion, let me repeat my congratulations. You have real reason to be proud of the degree you've earned, but please don't entertain any delusions of grandeur. Use it as a tool for gaining new knowledge and acquiring that ever-important wisdom. We look forward to welcoming you to the Wetland Centre on visits with your classes, especially teachers of modern languages. The Centre's education program is set up to help you implement the environmental curriculum statement. I hope your careers in teaching will be most rewarding, that you will make your mark by getting your school to change for the better. Please don't end up by dancing with the wrong headmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Maddox, for your very valuable address. I'm sure your advice will be taken by many of the graduates, and your courage and achievement in the development of the Shortland Centre will be an inspiration to us all. Thank you. Now I have pleasure in inviting Miss Alison Doherty to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Acting Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. To our families and friends, we, the graduates of 1994, extend our deepest sympathies today. The task that lies before you is perhaps the greatest challenge you will ever face. We have no advice to help you, no words of comfort, no reassurances. The cold fact is that living with educationalists is frightening. It requires courage, determination, humility and self-sacrifice. The rewards are few, the dangers are many. Those brave heroes who have gone before you report that even the simplest of scenarios can turn into a nightmarish battle of wits as you pit yourselves against those who know everything. Imagine with me, if you will, the scene at an informal dinner. The roast chicken shudders slightly as the conversation turns to nutrition. Look out, here goes Uncle Doug with his red meat is for real men routine. Robin Stewart, Bachelor of Education, Home Economics, won't let this opportunity slip. Inevitably, the argument begins. Having established the virtues of a range of white meats, our educationalist now launches into a spiel onto the molecular structure of amino acids, the importance of potassium to red blood cells, and strategies for maintaining one's ideal body weight. Before it becomes too embarrassing, you skillfully manoeuvre the discourse into the safe harbour of humour. Uh-oh. You've inadvertently walked into the trap of Michelle Butcher, Bachelor of Education, English and History, whose witticisms and satirical poetry were the most feared on the entire Hunter campus during 1994. She immediately strikes a sickening blow with a horrifyingly brilliant one-liner. Shaken but not defeated, you decide that you must face the onslaught head-on, like the brave lecturers who put their reputations on the line each day of the academic year. Your retort forms slowly, like an amoeba in a petri dish. It takes a definite shape now, and if you can just get the words out before some other unqualified hero takes the initiative, you may be victorious. Here goes. You open your mouth, the bile rises sickeningly in your throat. Your voice quavers for a moment, then the words fly out. You can always tell a teacher, but you can't tell her much. Silence for an instant, and then the horrific reply. What was that? You know, you shouldn't talk with your mouth full. Your one spirited attempt at humour has been cruelly snatched from the jaws of victory, demonstrating again that one should always leave the jokes to the experts. Although we'd like to think we know everything, we are confronted with the awful truth about learning. Education is like a hole. The deeper you dig, the larger the space created. The analogy may be extended to comment upon the size of the pile of dirt left behind, but perhaps this is better left for your own contemplation. As students, we have come to realise that our knowledge and skills merely scratch the surface of the global intellect. We'll leave it up to you, our educators, families, friends, colleagues and critics, to remind us of this if we happen to forget from time to time. Upon our arrival at the University of Newcastle, we were characterised mainly by our awestruck facial expressions, half buried in crumpled maps of the campus. The task of proving that we were more than school kids from the shallow end of the human gene pool was difficult, but we did it. From up here, the graduating class of 94 blend into a mass of academic black. However, each of my fellow graduates have been honoured today as an individual. They have all graduated with high distinction in the following subjects: self-discipline, peer support, honesty, self-awareness, loyalty, patience, and diligence. While these courses are low on academic credit points, they are perhaps the best available evidence to our families and friends that we did, in fact, develop as rather well-balanced individuals during our years of study. The 1994 internship program was perhaps the most beneficial component of the Bachelor of Education course. Theory and reality slammed together mercilessly as I, clearly identified as a pracky, make my entrance into the concrete jungle. My impeccably programmed units disintegrate amid classroom disturbances, unscheduled assemblies, swimming carnivals and fire drills. There were no notes given on this during lectures. I must have been away that day. After detention supervision, sport afternoon and playground duty, I begin to feel that perhaps my long-suffering parents are better qualified to do this job. The experience of colleague teachers and university supervisors, once seen as outdated or simply not my style, is now the most valuable resource I have. The shocking realisation that my students neither know nor care what a metaphor is quickly turns my unit tests into a colouring competition. I am left with the question: how do teachers actually impart any knowledge at all? The answer: experience. Following our extended practicum, we not only value the experience of our superiors, we have also come to a startling awareness that it is the best teacher and the toughest. To our friends, mentors and colleagues, we appreciate your support. The organisers were well advised to limit the number of tickets available for the ceremony, for it would be impossible to include everyone who wanted to be here with us. To our families, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, children and caring relatives, we thank you for sharing this day with us. The mums and dads here today are lighting up the hall with their beaming smiles, and we feel that your pride in us is our greatest reward. Thank you for believing in us and for proofreading our essays. Finally, on behalf of my fellow graduates, I wish to thank the university staff, particularly the Faculty of Education, for making it possible for us to gain knowledge and experience, to make mistakes, to learn by them, to pursue a career we choose rather than one that is forced upon us, to give the gift of education in turn to a new generation of learners, and to become the innovators of the future.
Thank you, Ms Doty, for your excellent address. Before drawing this ceremony to close, I'd like to express on your behalf our thanks to all those who organised the ceremony and made it such a smooth running ceremony, and to those who contributed the musical interlude, and I wish you all the very best. I now declare the ceremony concluded, and I invite all present to join us for refreshments which will be served in and provided by University Union. Thank you.